Alright YouTube, it's chainshawz again, bringing you another video. There's a lot of stuff just bothering. I was just reading online about some stuff. Uh, well, as you may know, uh, Nvidia did release the 1070 Ti. The card doesn't make any sense whatsoever. As we know, the GTX kind of already knew they're not going to obviously make it better as good as the 1080, the GTX 1080. So I don't know exactly what Nvidia was trying to do other than make more money with a different line of cards. Doesn't make any sense whatsoever. Um, but yeah, I'm looking here at userbenchmark.com, and the comparisons are, I mean, quite obvious. I mean, obviously, it's a 8%. The 10 GTX 1080 is 8% better. It's ranked 5th currently, so of course it's not. We already know it's not as good as the Ti 1080 Ti. But anyways, it's not what we're talking about. And we got, I mean, slightly better texture, faster multi-rendering, slightly faster in body calculation. I mean, we already know. I mean, it's faster. Just pretty much everything's faster. You get like a 4% FPS, I guess, on average from overall from games, which could be, I guess you could argue with that, but honestly, I've seen all over the internet. I've seen 2 or 3 frames per second, maybe 4 or 5. I mean, depending. It's not really that much of a difference, and quite frankly, with the price point, I mean, I don't think it's worth it. I mean, here it says you got a 1070 for the 1070 Ti. You have a price point of $500, but you have $530 for the GTX 1080. Of course, it's going to be a hotter buy. It's obvious. I mean, I went and looked, just through Google. I just Googled and looked at some of the pricing. I'm like, so you got $580. This is the GTX, the 1080 GTX. We have, it just doesn't make any sense. I mean, 480, 530, 760. I mean, but you're looking at bottom numbers. You're looking at, your average card's like 430, 450 bucks. All right. Now you go over to 1070. What the heck? It's the same thing. You can get a card for 450, 460. Now, what do you want? You want a 1070 Ti that is the same price point, and it's slightly slower, or do you want to go with the GTX 1080? It just doesn't make any sense. It's like I think what they did was they took the same architecture, the same exact 1080 GTX 1080 card, and the Founder Edition, and they just remade it with cheaper parts. That's all it is. You can leave a comment. You leave a comment in the comment section and let me know what you guys think. But I believe that Nvidia is just making a huge mistake. That's not even the biggest thing. Those are the price point differences, the specs, the differences. I mean, we already know it's not worth getting the card. But I think what the biggest deal is that not only since they've done this, they released the 1070 Ti, they've actually told, and other companies, PNY, I mean, there's and many other companies like Gigabyte, and for example, and so forth and so on, but that overclock their cards. They cannot overclock their cards for, I believe it was the 1070 Ti, and for other cards, like from now on. But I think it was because of the in-between card. I mean, so if you overclock the 1070 Ti, it would obviously be just as fast, or if not faster, than the GTX 1080. So I see what they're trying to do. They're trying to make it so that they have in-between cards, because otherwise there wouldn't be in-between. It literally, the GTX 1070 Ti would be the GTX 1080. All right. Well, that's all I have to say. Just looking down here at all these numbers and these pricing, and I looked at some of the benchmarks uh, videos that other people had made, and I'm thinking to myself, like, why would Nvidia do this? I mean, I'm a big Nvidia guy. I believe in their stuff. I've had their stuff since beginning of 2000. I mean, the beginning of the century. Smart. I just don't understand it. I mean, all right. Please leave a comment, like, subscribe. Just let me know what you guys think about this video. All right. Peace. Chainshawz out.